Yes, yes, absolutely. I can even see you.
Okay, I am also able to see you, and I can even see the bookshelf just behind you. It is it is really nice to see all those things, and I'm feeling as if it's a great opportunity for me to be in front of you and to see you. We have only read your books, not got an opportunity to meet you. This is for the first time I'm able to see you. So it's a great opportunity for me.
Thank you very much. And you're most welcome. Actually, there's nothing great about it. It is only that I have traveled more in time in life than you. That's all. And
That's true.
and
That's
I have
true, sir.
not been. I have consciously not been wasting my time. So I've been
Ah,
busy doing something or the other, and
right, right, sir. That's
therefore I.
why we, not only we, but just our younger generation, for everyone, you peoples are our role models, and we always follow your footprints. And it's, even if we dream, even if to become like you, but there is only one Mukesh Chaturvedi. It can't
No.
be the
Thank you so much. You have made my day so much. It's not one Mukesh Chaturvedi. In fact, I have been able to do all this because very early in my life, I've been fortunate to have uh, I'd say very kind and very learned people as my mentors in life, including my father, because the
Yeah,
first
right.
author of the book is my late father, Dr. P.D. Chaturvedi.
PD
Uh,
Chaturvedi,
in
yes.
fact, in fact, he was my role model in the sense that he lived to be almost about 90 years, but then till the end of his life, he was busy doing something or the other. So when
Yes.
I asked what exactly the secret of doing something, the answer was very simple, Somaji. And the answer was the secret of doing something is just to do it. That's all.
Okay.
So if you want to write a book, then there is no rocket science. The only secret is that you write. That's the main thing.
But the trouble is that in today's scenario, people give up very soon. They used to give up very soon. After a couple of maybe writings and all, if they find out that they are not getting any good opportunities, or not, they are not getting that name and fame at once, they give up. That's what is a very, means troublesome thing in today's scenario. They used to give up very soon.
See, Somaji, it is very natural. See, because the difficulty with today's mindset is, if I could put it this way, uh, we want immediate results and we want instant gratification,
Very
satisfaction.
true. Very true, sir.
But
Very true.
but but Somaji, my experience tells me in so many years that sooner or later, whatever is due to you will certainly come to you. Nobody
Certainly,
can deny
certainly.
it. So you just keep
Right, right.
working with right intention in the right direction. And
Very true.
the to my mind, of course, it's a matter of great luck that you get to work with right people,
Oh, right.
good people. But then I think even if you don't get a chance to work with the right people, then you have to start developing your own model of what is right and what is wrong, getting inspired by what you are seeing others doing.
Hmm.
See, I have, when I started teaching long back, I started teaching, you can say, in the year 1980.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
1980 means that I must have taught for now, including today, I must have taught for so many years. You can imagine 40 plus years. Now,
Yes.
but before that, when I started teaching, before that, when I was a student, I had distinct memory of what I admired in some of my teachers.
Okay.
So I
Hmm.
carried that memory with me and I try to practice that.
Hmm. That's really very important, that you carry out those memories and you stick to it and you plan out accordingly. So that is
Yes.
even if going to help the young generation to develop further.
Now
But
the problem, yes,
yes,
the
yes,
problem,
yes.
Somaji, is the problem is that, we try to copy others. What I did was not to copy others. It is an eclectic approach. I mean, say you try to say put together or take together what you like the most in others, and then you develop your own style.
Yes,
And then
that's
you will find that, say, in my style of teaching, maybe that I am taking something from one mentor or teacher, and I'm taking something else from another teacher or mentor, and I'm taking something. My father was a great public speaker, great teacher,
yes, yes, yes.
but
We all know that.
but interestingly, I was never his student, even though I studied in the same institute, BITS Pilani. And I also did my literature courses because I did my BA honors and then I did my M.M.S. After BA honors, I did my master's in management studies. But I was never. But then at home, I had the advantage of the blessing of his presence 24 into 7. So there was no, missing in the sense that I would not
Okay.
know. So it was on me. It is on you. Say what
Hmm.
you take. But for that matter, therefore, you have to be a very conscious student and then a very conscious teacher.
That's
And
right.
therefore, on the basis of this particular thinking, we developed a model of communication, and we said that, to be very effective, you have to be a very conscious communicator.
Yes.
Problem is that, please, I want to give a message because you said that this recording is for students, and in fact, I realized
Yes, certain. Yes, yes,
that
sir. Yes, sir. You can give message to the students. There is no
message in
issue.
the sense that whatever I'm going to say is going to be taken as a message because it's going to be recorded. See, what
Yes.
I'm saying is, Somaji, that the difficulty is that, say, for example, eat.
Hmm.
We eat everything and anything. How
Yes.
consciously we eat.
Hmm.
Uh, when besides, you may be aware that I am also professor of marketing. Besides communication,
Yes.
communication is my
Yes.
second area. Marketing is my first area.
First area. Yes, sir.
So when I started working on, and my first book was Welcome Back Coca-Cola. When Coca-Cola
Hmm.
was coming back,
Coming back.
Coca-Cola had to leave its country in 1977, and then they came back when the economy opened up, and then they started planning to come in 90s, early 90s, 93, 94. They came back. See, there is a blind taste test, and there is a very famous saying that you can't, if you do not see which cola you are taking, you can't differentiate among different colas. But today, if
Yes.
you take without
Hmm.
knowing whether it's Pepsi,
Hmm.
Thumbs Up, or Coca-Cola, you will not be able to take what you are taking. But then my theory is that no, if you have been a very conscious consumer of, say, or drinker of a particular cola, you will immediately be able to point out.
Yes, yes.
You can.
I have
So,
even read that section where you have explained it very clearly. If you are a continuous person who is utilizing or who is intaking cola, then certainly you will understand at once whether you are taking Coca-Cola or it is something else. Because
yes,
again, it's the customer. If the customer is a continuous way of taking out that same product for a longer time, he can understand it very well. He can differentiate it very well whether he or she is intaking cola or something else.
yes.
I went out with that section.
So my first suggestion in communication always is that you have got to be, for effectiveness comes from control over a communication situation,
Yes.
complete control over communication process.
Mhm.
Say when we are conversing right now, for example, how much control do we have on this process of conversation?
Yes.
How much? That
That's
means how much I am in control of my communication and how much
mhm.
you are in control of your communication. But then I
Yes.
can't help your side, I can help my side. And through that particular control, I can perhaps control your side also.
Yes. That's true.
And then
That's true. Perfectly
that
correct.
is the control over the situation, because in this communication situation, say we both are there, the environment is there, say all those factors which are interplaying are there. So we are managing accordingly. So you have to control everything on my side. I have to control everything, and then we will be able to say perhaps achieve the desired level of impact.
Yes.
Otherwise,
Both of our desire, or whatever you want or whatever I want, our achievement would be done if we can control from both the ends. Otherwise,
sure.
the communication will become, in our terms, ineffective communication, or not a good communication.
Maybe incomplete, in fact, because it is incomplete, there are gaps, we are not able to, and there are two things, what I'm saying and how I'm saying. If I'm not able to express, and you can't make out what exactly I'm trying to suggest, then there is no point.
Yes, that's true. Yes,
and therefore the content and the delivery would be very important for both the things, would be very important for complete effectiveness and impact. That's the basic idea. So I think if I have, thank you very much for all the kind words. So then I think whenever I hear these words, I always say that, oh, it's nothing. I mean, say anybody who has been working very consciously, not wasting time, and even today, and you're serious about it, because I have been thinking about this interaction, this particular session, say for some days. I've been preparing my points, that how exactly, because I can't afford to waste your time.
Yes.
Maybe
Because
retired, and I will
because
not be.
one, so I would be, even if like to ask you something, one very basic thing which happens with most of the young generation, or even if with all of us, what happens when once they started communicating, they are in the flow, they are in the process, they are not thinking about time limitation, they don't have time bound, they go on speaking. Sometimes whatever they are speaking, it has an effectiveness in their audibility and clarity with what the topic or the subject knowledge is, but sometimes it happens they speak vague things, and they consume or they waste time of the person who is listening. So is there any such steps or any such procedure they can follow so that they can stick to the particular topic or the area instead of speaking vague and instead of wasting time? Can it be done? Is there any such procedures?
See, I'll have to. This pertains to the issue of efficiency in communication.
Very true.
And I have explained it in my book also. And you know what happens is, we communicate at three levels. We communicate in three spheres. One is the personal sphere.
Okay.
Which is the personal sphere? The personal sphere is your immediate sphere. For example, I am at home, I am with my family, and that's my personal sphere. Okay.
Yes.
When I am at work, say my colleagues, where I sit, that's my personal sphere. But then more importantly, not even there, it is personal sphere I define as your sphere of communication at home, within your four walls.
Yes.
With your family members. And all those who are at home work, for example, even your housemates. The moment you step out of your door, it becomes a social sphere.
Yes.
The moment I come in the corridor, say in front of my house, for example, we live in a flat system, block system, and then on the same floor there are 6 flats. The moment I come out of my house and I say I'm in the corridor, it's a socialist. Now, why
Yes.
socialist? Because I might come across anybody who is not a part of my personal sphere.
Yes.
Not immediately related, connected. It is not a situation where I am interacting with a person 24/7.
Very true. Very true.
I may not. I may be able to see my neighbor every day. I may not be able to see for days.
Yes.
This social sphere extends from right outside my house door up to imagine, say the campus of my workplace, the gates of my workplace, the walls of my company. The moment I enter my campus, the moment I enter my campus, that becomes a professional
space.
Professional
Yes.
sphere.
Yes. Yes. Very nicely put.
So from personal sphere to social sphere and professional sphere, very well imagine if I take about an hour, say, between my house and my workplace, within an hour, I have to move, or I'm moving from personal sphere to professional sphere.
Professional sphere. Yes.
And I may be interacting, and I am rather interacting in all these three spheres. But Somanji, the interesting thing is that you require a different kind of communication in all these three spheres.
Yes. And you should be able to differentiate also between these three spheres. If there is, you are not able to differentiate very clearly, or you are not able to make a clarity between these three spheres, then only the trouble occurs. Am I right, sir?
Now what happens? I talked about, you're right, but let me explain it slightly differently. I explained about the consciousness of communication. Let's take that. How conscious are we of our communication at home? How conscious?
We are not that much conscious, because it's my personal space, right? Am I right?
Why are you not that much conscious?
Because it's my personal sphere and the known people's.
So familiarity breeds what?
Familiarity brings out here non-consciousness.
Unconsciousness. Familiarity breeds taking each other for granted.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Yes.
So you can get away by saying anything and everything. My parents, my life partner, my spouse, my children, my relations. I can get away by saying anything and everything. I need not be conscious about what I'm saying and how I'm saying.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
The tone, my maid. The moment she comes in a little late, you say, "Kya hai? Roji late aate ho."
True.
Look at the tone. Look at the tone. Okay.
Okay, sir.
But the moment you step out of your house and the moment you see that your neighbor is there right in front of you in the corridor, your expression changes. Hello, how are you?
Even if the tone of voice also changes.
Yes. And maybe then you are coming out just fighting with your spouse. You had been shouting at your children. And then suddenly the transformation.
Yes.
If you don't change your tone, if you don't change your expression, the neighbor will come to know what happened back at home just before you came out.
Yes, that's really what is the society may think, or my social image may get somehow disrupted by thinking all those things. Suddenly, I change my expression, I change my tone of voice.
And then if your voice is pretty loud when you are fighting with somebody at home before coming out of the house, then if the neighbor has already been there in the corridor, the neighbor will come to know what happened at home, and you will not change your expression because every day it happens, and
Yes.
they know what's happening, and you may smile or not, you may just say a very cold hello, and then you can pass on, and then the neighbor will know it's everyday affair.
That's true. That's true.
But this formality, I call it. This face you have to put up till you reach your workplace, because you might come across many people.
Yes.
You may be driving down to your workplace, you may be using public transport, you may be commuting with others. So all this will have to be.
So that's
maintained.
why in one of your, I remember in one of the chapter you have even if explained it very clearly that human beings are having or putting out various masks in their faces.
Yep.
They put mask at
They have to.
various places, at various situations. It may be professional, even if in front of my parents also sometimes we used to put a mask, and we try to hide the reality.
I'll tell you
And there
why
was
it
a
happens.
question.
I'll tell you what happened. Why it happened. And the moment you reach your workplace, there is another transformation taking place. Maybe that you had a lot of difficulty in reaching office from your home. A lot of difficulty, but you can't show much there.
Yes.
The moment you are in front of your boss, the moment you are in your class, in front of the student, the moment you are there, you have to again say transform. Your expression further, because you have to say raise it to a next level.
Right.
Because that's professional situation.
So can I interrupt and ask one thing? Is it correct that we are changing our expression, our tone of voice as per the requirement of the person who is listening or who is seeing me?
The total environment. Not just the person.
Yes.
See, please remember, you must be having, I don't know your organizational structure. You may be having your areas and departments, and then you must be having your head of the department.
Yes,
you must be having a director. You must be having a director. Yeah. Okay. You meet your head in the corridor of your building, your block, in office, and you meet your head of the department when the head of the department calls you to his or her office. There's a lot of difference. Because the environment in the corridor may be casual. Suppose you meet, suppose you have lunch together. So you meet your boss, say over lunchtime, and then you meet your boss in a meeting.
That's different. That's completely different. Yes. Certainly.
It's a total environment which makes a difference. So not just the person.
Yes.
Even though the minimum remains, the minimum threshold level remains the same. The minimum threshold level of consciousness remains the same. So what I'm saying, in other words, is that your consciousness of the fact that you are now at work. And when you are at work, everybody is into a professional relationship, working relationship, not personal relationship, not social relationship.
Yes. No.
Maybe during the lunchtime, you may have your social relationship. but not before lunchtime and after lunchtime.
Yes, that's true.
Okay. There are, let me tell you that in my theory is that we are all colleagues at workplace. We are not relations. You may be husband, wife working together in the same place.
Same office, huh? It
Department,
happens.
same office. But still you are not relations. You are colleagues.
You are colleagues.
A working relationship, a professional relationship. And you have to maintain that. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's completely been explained very well. I hope our audience will even if get, or all our students, all our viewers would be even if able to get some very nice input from it. Now,
Somaji, it is still not your role. Your question was about the time waste.
Yes, that's remain unanswered. So
because I have not yet completed. I'm taking time because I told you it's a very complex process.
Yes, certainly, sir. During our session also, we used to take time. Sometimes it even if happens with us, the 2-hour session is there. We used to get 2 hours session.
Why so many? There are two things. Two things. What to say and how to say. What to say and how to say. Okay. And both these things you have to be conscious of in your personal sphere, social sphere, and professional sphere. And you have to decide very quickly.
Yes.
But for those who are not conscious of these spheres, they take time in adapting. They learn by experience. Okay? For example, how many times somebody must have, maybe a boss must have told a colleague, why don't you dress properly? This is office. Has anybody ever told you what to wear to workplace, what to wear to classroom? There must be a dress code, but there must be a dress code that what you can wear, what you cannot wear.
Yes.
Now, some people learn by experience, some people are conscious. Now, the point is that it's a question of adapting from one level to another level, one sphere to another sphere, one orbit to another orbit.
Yes.
Those who adapt quickly do not waste time in their communication. Those who are slow to adapt, as far as these different consciousness levels are concerned, big. So if I'm when I'm at my workplace and I'm still at home mentally, so what happens is that sometimes you're talking with your colleague and your colleague says, what are you talking about? And then you say that, oh, I'm sorry. Because you're still thinking of what happened back at home.
Yes.
You're still worried. What happened? Okay.
You are physically present, but mentally not there.
Not present. You are present in another sphere still.
Another sphere. Yes.
So your mind is not able to focus on what to say and how to say, and you get mixed up.
Yes.
And then you take time in actually communicating. That's why the time is wasted. It's called efficiency of. If you are mentally prepared, if you are consciously prepared for different levels, at the time of moving from one level to another level, you do not waste time in communicating.
Yes.
A little complex theory, but let me tell you that with all humility, it's my own model. And I try to explain it this way, and that's why I maintain my theory of consciousness. 90% of us, Somaji, my hypothesis is 90% of us, or my perspective is 90% of us are 90% of the time not conscious of it.
Yes.
We just say whatever we feel like and how we feel like. Have I answered your question now?
Yes. Now it's very clear, sir. It's very clear.
Yes.
And I hope through this, from now onwards, we would be able to make this thing very clear that this time consuming time, what is personal sphere, how to cope up with personal professional sphere, and sometimes it even if happens to all of us that I came to my office, there is something which had happened at my back at my home, and due to that reason I am physically present in front of my boss, but still my mind is thinking about how to clarify those all maybe shout out and other things which had happened at my home. So it is very clear from your point, from your all explanation, that we need to be very much clear at which place we are or in which sphere I am. And if I'm able to understand that, then only I am able to make perfect, or you can say in our terms, good communication. That's what is a good communication is about. We should first of
Yes.
all understand in which sphere I am.
Right.
Thank you so much, sir, for
No,
explaining
my
it so
pleasure
clearly.
entirely, because the difficulty is in fundamentals. If the students are clear about, or if all of us are clear about the fundamentals, that what is communication, what is the process of communication, there is a sender of the message, there's a receiver of the message, there is a message, there's a medium through which the message is being transmitted, and then there's an environment which is playing upon this particular communication process.
Communication.
And everybody is intertwining and interplaying with each other.
Yes.
Everybody is influencing each other. So you have to control everything. So you have to be conscious of my environment.
Very true. True, very true, sir. And we should keep very much, very good coordination between all those things. If you are not
Yes.
able to make it out, then certainly the communication get interrupted. Well,
see,
sir,
depending on the level, depending on the level of the student, whether I'm talking to undergraduate levels or postgraduate levels or PhD level students,
certainly.
Okay, I'll have to keep in mind even my complexity of explanation, the way I'm explaining, the examples which I'm giving, and the speed with which I am doing it.
Yes,
Depends.
yes.
Because, say, for example, if I am dealing with an online MBA class of IIM, then I have to explain accordingly, because they are pretty mature people. I can go a little faster, quicker, but then undergraduate level would be very difficult. I have to explain everything, whether they are understanding or not. So the receiver, I have to be conscious of.
Yes.
And I have to be conscious of how I deliver my message.
Yes.
All those things. Right, please, your question.
Sir, there's one query in the mind of all our students, not only our institute, but also outside the globe. We have got this query that business communication is a subject which is being taught to all level, to all degree students. It might be engineering, it might be management students, all are having this business communication. And for each one of them, the subject and the curriculum course and everything remains the same and it is in their first semester. So our students wants to know that what benefit are they getting if they are completing this subject, or if they are going through this subject, business communication. We have explained them in number of ways, but I think you would be the right person who can give answer to this question to all our students in and around the globe, that why business communication is important as a subject in their course curriculum. So it's on to you.
It's very interesting, actually. Have these students ever asked, out of all those things that they have been eating so far in their lives, all those things
Mhm.
since their childhood. If they are your MBA students, I suppose they are your MBA students,
Yes,
first
yes,
year,
yes.
first year MBA student or PGDM
First
student.
year.
You
Yes,
call it
true, sir.
PGDM?
Yes, sir. It is postgraduate diploma in management, PGDM.
PGDM, PGDM first year.
Yes.
So, to my mind, they must be in their early 20s, God bless them.
Correct. Yes,
For the
sir.
last 20 odd years, whatever they have been eating in their lives,
Mhm.
can they point out what exactly has been of no use but they have been eating?
Very true.
Can they say? Or
No.
which particular thing has helped them the best in their life with their physical condition or physical state today, mental state today, emotional state today, spiritual state today, what has benefited? But what are all those things which have not been of any use, which have not been of use at all, but they've been eating?
Yes, they have been eating.
What else?
Or
That's why,
everything, whatever they are eating, are it giving them nutrition? Is it giving them nutrition?
then why have they
Or
been eating?
whatever? No, but still they are eating.
But
Still
now
they
when
are
they're on
eating.
their own, now when they're on their own, now they are eating something which is junk food. I'm sorry to say
Hmm.
that might not be helping, but they're still eating.
Yes,
Why?
still eating. Why?
Let me tell you that no individual in life, no individual in life can be successful without knowing what is communication, what is communicating.
Yes.
Because from where does the word communication originate? Communists,
Hmm.
communists,
Communists.
communists becomes commonness. The job of communication is to establish a commonness among people and bring them together.
Yes, that's true.
They say that you isolate a person for 1 month.
Hmm.
1 month, isolate a person and do not allow the person to communicate with the outside world at all. The person will cease
Hmm.
to exist after 1 month. The person
No,
dies
it dies.
without communication.
Yes, without communication.
If you can't communicate with the outside world for 1 month, you will die.
Hmm.
People go mad.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Communication is, say, like blood in our system. And that's why organizational communication, business communication, when you talk about organizational communication and business communication, it is called the lifeblood of an organization.
Hmm.
The organization is living and growing so long as communication is flowing through it. For example, you take your organization, it's called IITM, I suppose.
Hmm.
What's your organization? IITM?
IIMT, sir. It is Inter-Science
IMT.
Institute of Management and Technology.
I'm sorry. IITM.
Ah.
Oh, okay. IMT, right. IMT. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
sir.
IMT. Now you talk about IMT. How many departments are there? How many levels are there? How many, say, divisions are there?
Hmm.
How many units are there? You isolate all of them from each other.
Then certainly the complete work will get hampered because each department requires a coordination with the other. If all the
And
departments are having coordination with each other, then only the complete flow of work would be smoothened. Otherwise,
this
it will be
coordination
stuck.
is facilitated by communication, flow of information.
Communication. Yes.
Flow of information.
Yes.
Interpersonal relationships are facilitated by flow of communication, information.
Hmm.
Okay. The work is being
Right.
done because of communication. Superior subordinate relationships are because of communication.
Yes.
Everything is communication. In fact, we should not be asking this question because in teaching institutions or academic institutions, it is communication. Our communication is our business. Communication is our business.
Yes.
On the other hand, I'd like to give an example. Ask your students, what do you think of Mr. Elon Musk's communication? Does he know how to communicate?
Yeah.
What do you think about Mr. Jeff Bezos' communication? Does he know how to run an organization? Does Mr. Musk know how to run an organization? He has taken over Twitter. But does he know how to run an organization?
Yes.
Today, you talk about Facebook, you talk about Twitter, you talk about Amazon. They are sacking people left, right, and center. If one of your students or any of your students were a member of that organization, would they appreciate it?
Yes, that's true. That's true, sir.
Thousands of people. The moment you take over, you start laying people off. Would you appreciate that? Don't you question? And the way they speak, the way they communicate. See?
Yes. That's really correct, sir. That's correct.
So when you talk about business communication is not just about talking.
It's not about only talking. Yes.
Various
other things are there.
So when you talk about business communication, then there's many things that you're talking about, you're covering. So you can give them from the contents of the book that it is not just about talking. These are business communication.
Yes.
All this is business communication.
Yes.
And if you know them, then only you'll be successful in life. In fact, with due respect to all of the disciplines of, say, education, I mean, my contention has been that all your education is incomplete if you have not done MBA, and all MBAs are incomplete if you have not done business communication.
Yes.
Because if you can't communicate, ask them a question. But they are asking a question on business communication. Why do they? Because they think that they can communicate. Of course, they are born to communicate.
Yes.
Ask them a question, Somaji.
Yes.
That why does a child cry? Why does a newborn baby cry? Why does the baby cry when it is born? Why? Ask them
that's
question.
also. It has been even explained in one of yours. Maybe it's an activity which we have conducted during the time. There also it has been explained very well that why does a baby cry at that moment? At that moment,
and you'll be surprised they will not know.
Yes.
They will not know. And if the baby doesn't cry, the baby is slapped and made to cry. It is only when the baby cries, then the breathing starts. But what is the symbol? Somebody said that the baby cries because it has been spanked. So it's hurt. I said, sure. But then after that, every time baby cries, it is not because it is slapped.
Yes.
If you go to a child specialist, the child specialist will say the baby cries only largely when the baby is hungry. The baby is saying, give me something to eat, I'm hungry. That's why the baby cries.
Yes.
So,
right.
I announce, I've arrived. And now give me something to eat.
Something to eat.
You are born to communicate.
Yes.
And a similar thing is for organizations. Organizations are born to cry, to communicate.
Yes.
If you don't communicate, then how will you announce to the world?
That's true. That's true.
That I exist. And what's the purpose? That way.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for giving this complete perspective to our students. And I hope from now onwards, this query in their mind, this questionnaire in their mind, and we would, as your suggestions you have given, we would even if try to follow it during our sessions of our business communication. Now, sir, before we move forward, let me, as we were having a discussion regarding our institute and all, let me formally introduce you to our institute and our institute to you, both the things. Let's make it very clear. So we are from InterScience Institute of Management and Technology. It is termed as IIMT. We have started a portal termed as IIMT Open House. And what really is our perspective for this web portal? Let me just make that thing very clear to you. In IIMT Open House, we invite experts, members from academia, students, entrepreneurs to share their experiences to students of our institute, first of all, and certainly to the students all around the globe. And today, till now we have a discussion. Let me make it very clear to all our viewers, to all our audience, that till now we were having a discussion with Professor M. Chaturvedi, who is very well known to all of us. Certainly, he is an eminent person in the field of business communication and marketing. And today we are very much fortunate enough that till now we have got an opportunity to discuss certain things with him. M. Chaturvedi is well known to all of us, but still, let me give some glimpse about his life to all our viewers. Dr. Mukesh Chaturvedi has been working with some of the leading institutions of our country like XLRI Jamshedpur, MDI Gurgaon, BITS Pilani, and IMT Ghaziabad. His teaching, training, researching, and consulting in the area of marketing and business communication had helped the entire country a lot. He has been working in this field for 40 long years. I have used the word, sorry, on your pardon, sir, I have used the word long. I hope why we have used the word long, because his entire life, his entire career, as we have just now went through the complete some time we have taken in talking with him, he had said that he had ever not wasted his time. He have used each minute, each seconds of his life in such a manner that after a person leaves the world, people will remember him. And it is there, the same thing is there with our one and only P.D. Chaturvedi, sir. Till now we remember him. Maybe he is not with us, but through that book, which all students remember, or which all students had came across once, twice, thrice in their life, through that he remains with us forever. So in the similar manner, Mukesh Chaturvedi had given his complete life to the sector of business communication and marketing. Now, beside all these things, he has been a visiting faculty to Neoma Business School, Rouen, France, IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Ranchi. None of the IIMs, I hope sir might not have visited. He have visited Ranchi, Rohtak, Kozhikode. Beside that, in IIFT Delhi also he had worked. He had even if worked in Shiv Nadar University, Dadri, Boston International College. And beside all these things, he had given us very beautiful publications. He had came out with 10 books, 20 study materials, and more than 100 papers and case articles, chapters he had reviewed. Beside that, some of the very very efficient books which we come across till now, and we all might have came across that, such as The Art and Science of Business Communication Skills and Concept, Business Communication Skills and Concept and Application, which is well known to all of us, Fundamentals of Business Communication, Managing Innovation, New Product Development, Business Communication Today, Managing Global Business, A Strategic Perspective, Business Communication Concept, Cases and Application, New Product Development, and Welcome Back, Coca-Cola. Beside all this publication, as in the very beginning, he had said that time should ever not be wasted. And till now also, Mukesh Chaturvedi is working in that field, and he's a member, he's an active member of CIIS, National Conference on Higher Education, for 5 years. So, sir, we are very much fortunate enough that we have got an opportunity to discuss certain things with you. And you have even given your time, your patience in making the students and all of us. We are also a student of yours, sir. We also want to learn from you. And you have given your time and your patience to all of us in order to make the things very clearly understandable to us. I'm very much thankful to you for that. So before, can I take an opportunity as in this platform to ask you something related to this word business communication? Can I take your permission to ask you something related to that? Can I, sir?
Before that, Tomaji, if I may say, interject.
Yes, sir. Certainly, sir.
In fact, you talked about third edition business communication.
Yes, sir.
Let me just very quickly share with you. The first edition of the book came out in 2004.
Okay.
The second edition of the book came out in 2011.
Okay.
The first edition of the book established the case method of teaching business communication in this country for the first time. My father and myself thought of coming out with this book because we realized that nobody was teaching business communication with due respect to them. Probably nobody was teaching business communication with the help of cases at that time. And we tested that material for almost 7 years. And in 2011, we came out with second edition, which introduced, say, the idea of pedagogy, integrated learning. How we should go about, say, now using these cases and the curriculum together in the classroom for most effective rendering. 2013, after 2 years itself, we started emphasizing on what should be the course or curriculum design of business communication. Okay. So first the cases, then the pedagogy, then the curriculum design, and then we introduced for the first time the fact that, say, the communication is too large a topic and business communication, and therefore it needs to be taught in 3 parts. So we, at MDI Institute, we introduced 3 courses of business communication: business communication 1, business communication 2, and business communication 3. Okay. Now that was the third edition. That was the service of third edition, and therefore it had, say, concepts, skills, and applications. And say basically there were 3 courses, and separate contents for all these 3 courses was there. But you know what, in 2017, in fact, that I'm sure you must have seen, and if I can perhaps show you this book, if it is there, I don't know if you can see it or not.
Yes, sir, I can.
Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Can you see it?
Yes, sir, it is.
Business Communication 4th edition.
Okay, this is the 4th edition.
4th edition.
So it's not that clear. It's not that clear. The book, yes. Now it was coming out a bit clear. Yes, sir. It's clear, sir.
It's called The Art and Science of Business Communication, Skills, Concepts, Cases, and Applications. Art and science. Then for the first time, we introduced the idea that art and science. There is an art of communication. There's a science of communication.
Science of communication.
The
Okay.
content is what you communicate is the art of. Oh, I'm sorry. The what is actually the content part of it, and how you do is the delivery part.
Okay.
How much you do. So the content and the pedagogy, both these things together, we tried to differentiate between the two and said one is art, the other one is science.
Science.
How and why, how and what of communication. So what and how of communication, content and delivery of communication. So we try to put them in different parts altogether. You must try to get. And now, say for your information, please, say
Yes,
I have been working on the 5th edition for the last 1 year. 5th
okay.
edition.
Okay.
So,
and when can we expect it, sir?
Well, this was due actually last year, summer, or rather this year, summer it was expected, but because of the 2 years lost in pandemic,
okay. So
yes. It has been delayed. So let's hope by next summer we will be able to have it. And we have been introducing new chapters.
Okay.
In the 4th edition, you will.
So we would be privileged if we can get one copy from you regarding this.
Yeah, but see, I'll see if I can get it posted across to you. If you can, say, mail me your postal address, and I'll see if I can.
Our students will get some benefit through it. So thus I asked you.
But then I would say that you prescribe 4th edition now.
Yes. We will even if prescribed it in our syllabus, in our course curriculum.
Yes, your 4th edition. Do that. I can, you give me your address, then I'll be able to share it.
Certainly. I will share my mailing address with you, sir.
Yes, I'll be able to do that. So the 5th edition, inshallah, will be there, and then by next summer. And we are introducing, in the 4th edition, we introduced new chapters like marketing communication. And theater technique for effective communication and personality development for the first time. Because I can say with all humility that I am responsible for starting the theater technique course at the MDI Gurgaon.
Okay, that's good to hear. That's good to hear, sir.
So you'll find a chapter there, and entire pedagogy of delivering that course is there. And then now in the new edition, we are emphasizing more on leadership communication. And superior subordinate communication. So we have been upgrading the content, the chapters. By now this should have been out, but as I said, because of pandemic, it got delayed. So what I'm saying is that I don't know. You try to get the 4th edition. I'll send you and then see, and then hopefully, then you'll be able to upgrade the syllabus also.
Yes, we want to even if upgrade our syllabus, as you are saying that you have a chapter related to marketing communication, even if you have personality development, all those things need to be there. And we will certainly work out for upgrading our course curriculum and our syllabus.
See, at Sharda University School of Business Studies, where I was a dean, I developed 2 courses, industrial readiness and total personality development. Industrial readiness and total personality development, we developed those courses, and there we were talking about how to, because communication does what? It helps you develop your personality.
Certainly. Yeah.
It's a very important part of your personality.
Yes.
You may physically look very smart, but then if you're not able to express yourself effectively, then you just come across zero.
Yes.
Simple.
You're nowhere.
And ask the students then, who are you most impressed with? The one who is able to express himself or communicate most powerfully. Ask them.
So I remember, sorry to interrupt. We have a session named as Who Am I? Again, I repeat that word. Who am I? We used to conduct such an activity during the time of business communication skill sessions. We used to conduct an activity named as Who Am I? As you were speaking about. And students used to speak effectively. They used to sometimes, some are very good. They are very good in expressing themselves, that who are they and what really. And again, there are some who are having query in their mind, madam, what we should say about me.
They
Means, shall
fumble.
I speak my strength? Shall I speak about my family? What should I do? What should I do? What need to be the content?
They fumble. They can't continue beyond 1 minute. I mean, say it's a problem.
Yes, yes,
You ask
yes,
them to
yes,
speak
that's
for 3 minutes or 5 minutes, you will see that they are not able to complete it. They are not able to speak even beyond 2 minutes. Even the good
yes,
ones can't speak beyond 3 minutes. Ask them, who am I? It is the first thing. Ask, what should they say about themselves? That means they just don't know themselves. They don't even know themselves. And they want to conquer the world. How is that possible?
Yes. If I don't know about myself, how can I further think about conquering the world or whatsoever? It's not really possible. So first I should know, who am I? Am I able to explain myself properly? Then only I will think about others. Certainly, true.
So first communicate with yourself effectively. Know yourself completely. Then you'll be able to conquer the world. You'll be able to impress others. Okay? There are millions and millions of people out there in the crowd, on the roads. Who bothers about you so much?
Yes.
Unless you stand out. And how do you stand? Who is that one who stands out in the crowd? Ask them. Who is the prefect? Who is the student leader? Who is the best speaker? Why is he so? Why is she so? What kind of communication they have? What power they have? This communication gives them that power.
Right.
And all the great leaders, in the world, globally, so much, have been able to conquer the world because of through their communication, power of
communication. Yes.
See this?
It's completely accepted. It's true. We have seen all the great leaders of the world are able to conquer the world only because of the good communication.
And you can even run a country.
Yes.
You can even run a country effectively if you have that sense of
communication power. Yes, the power of communication. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. I'm really feeling very happy that I have got an opportunity to discuss with you certain very important perspective about communication. I hope our audience, all our students, all our viewers will certainly get some knowledge through this session. And before I end up, first of all, thank you so much, sir, for your time.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
For your patience. And really, I feel very much honored. I have used the word honored, sir, because really today I'm feeling very much honored that I have got an opportunity to discuss with you. And I hope your blessings and certainly P.D. Chaturvedi sir's blessings are always there with us. And then only we can become, may not be Mukesh Chaturvedi. Certainly, I will end up the session
better than that. God bless you. Better than that.
But something near to that. Thank you so much, sir, for the session.